Okay, everyone, welcome. And today, you've probably read the fucking title of the video. We're gonna be asking ourselves, can we go through the entire story of Infamous Second Son without killing anyone? So we're gonna do basically a pacifist percent or whatever. It's not gonna be really a speed run. I'm not gonna time this shit or anything, but we're just gonna see if it's possible, and if not, what's the minimal amount of people that we have to kill. So let me explain the rules. There's 3 ways to defeat an enemy in this game. One is execute or obliterate. This is something that you do on the bad karma playthrough. We're not doing the bad karma playthrough, we're doing the good karma playthrough, so this shit isn't even worth explaining. Next one is the one I'm gonna do right now. This, I guess, could sort of be considered, in quotation marks, defeating the enemy, but they lay on the ground and they look dead. To me, this is a kill and I must not do it. The only way that I can possibly take an enemy out of the fight, if I must, is by subduing them. So you subdue by getting an enemy into some sort of stunned state, or if they're not even aware of you and you're right behind them, you can just press triangle and Delson will sort of put a smoky thing or like a neon thing or like a video swords on them, and that doesn't kill them, but it takes them out of the fight. That's the only way that I can take a person out of the fight. I can still shoot them, I can still damage them in some other way, but when it comes down to it, I do have to subdue them in the end, right? They can't die. I'm also not allowed to indirectly cause a death. So for instance, shoot a car until it explodes and then the explosion kills the person, and then, I'm not gonna argue, oh, it's the explosion that killed him, not me. Nope. If I cause an explosion and if I cause debris to fall, if I cause something to move and that then kills a person, it's a kill for me. I'm also not allowed to destroy an APC because a person might be in there, and I'm not allowed to destroy a helicopter because there's obviously a pilot inside there. So let's begin. So we're gonna start our runoff with this beautiful scenery of the Salmon Bay area and the beautiful Akomish Native American reservation. We're gonna see Delson sneaking atop the fish cannery, and we're gonna instantly have to call the end of the run because we already kill Reggie's reputation. And just kidding, we vandalize his billboard, which for some reason, I guess he bought a billboard just to puff himself up because he's the new county sheriff for some reason. I don't know how that shit works. But anyways, we almost get busted. We get introduced to Betty, or I know a character that we can feel sorry for, and then we basically, say fuck the police and run away. I gotta really give the, medal of dedication here to Delson, because this dude is willing to do some death-defying climbing to just avoid a vandalism charge, which he's probably gotten tons of. But anyways, brother catches us, yada yada, dead parents, yada yada, exposition, yada yada, truck.
You drive like my fucking grandma, do you know that?
And then Delson, being the good guy that he is in this playthrough, already gives us the best advice. Kids, inappropriate contact with a convict will get you superpowers. And then of course, yada yada, more yada yada, I can move, oh my god, it's so scary, I have superpowers, bada people hate him now because he has superpowers, bada whatever, no fall damage, that's pretty cool. I have a chain now, which I will literally never use again. Betty's in danger, no shit. Then I have to beat on this guy for while he explains more backstory to me, and it's over, and then he's dead. But I didn't fucking kill him, I swear, man, it was this crazy lady. And then we have to make a choice. We obviously make the good one, and yada yada, and a this and that, and we're guilty.
Reggie, I did this, and I gotta fix it.
We have to go get it, and now we're here. Now that we're here, we are forced to collect 4 shards, which we're then forced to upgrade into the Cinder Blast, a power-up which we will never use again. So, of course, the relief workers didn't let me on their bus because, you know, I'm a dirty little bioterrorist. But maybe these gentlemen in the tunnels will be much more accommodating. I'm afraid not, but with this cutscene we also find out that Delsin has also gotten the trademark durability power of being a superhero. This durability power will help us greatly in this run, because for right now, that's pretty much the only fucking power I can use. So obviously, since I don't even have the option to subdue yet, I can't do anything to these people. So I just tried running away, and it doesn't let you do that. It doesn't just let you not kill them. So one of the things I tried to do is make them shoot each other, or make them shoot a car that's next to me, and then someone would also be standing next to me, and the car would blow up and it would kill the person. And by the way, that is allowed because it's their attacks, not mine. I didn't launch any attack in this tunnel whatsoever. This car, this beige car that's stuck on the ramp, is the car that's gonna make this run viable. Okay, this one car, seriously. So first I bait this car for like, I don't know, almost 5 minutes, and then someone finally is next to it and someone shoots it and it blows up and that one guy dies. Okay. One guy down. Then I keep running around, and at this point I didn't even realize that this happened, right? But I do actually have it on camera, so there it is. A guy there fell off that car and died falling off the car. Alright, so then I of course circle back to that area and I see that the guy is dead, and then I see it happen again. Like, it was so hilarious. It's like, I don't know, some sort of source glitch or something. And then all I had to do was just run around that car until they all eventually just, at one point, decide to climb on it, and then they can never get off. As soon as they try to get off, they trip and die. And I had nothing to do with it. But then magically, another guy appears, and he sees that all his friends died in some sort of weird Final Destination style fucking accident. And he decides to surrender to me for some reason. But we are again forced into an option to either subdue him or execute him. And of course, subdue is literally the only thing that I am allowed to do. So I do that and I move on. Next we have this cool platforming section across the bridge. Not really important because there's no enemies. But we get the car jump, which is kind of useless. And the thrusters, which are more useful. And then we of course arrive at the Seattle checkpoint, and they have this machine thingy that tests you if you're a bioterrorist or, you know, a conduit, whatever. And of course we test positive, and another fight breaks out. And I'm actually kind of sorry that I just ran for it straight away. I kind of wanted to see like just how competent the Reggie AI is in fighting these guys. But I just make a beeline straight for it, and then it mission fails me, and then it completely despawns all the enemies that were at the checkpoint, and it also puts me right next to the mobile command center, as if I just beat this part of the level. Good for me, I guess. But then of course in this mission all I have to do is destroy the command center. I don't actually have to do anything to anyone. So I just tried destroying it. You know, you gotta destroy the 4 parts on each side and then the core at the top. So I just tried like sneaking in a bunch of times, like losing the aggro and then sneaking in, climbing on it, but they always just shot me beforehand. I tried to lead them away as much as possible, but they actually were good soldiers and they didn't leave the thing that they're supposed to defend. So I guess this game kind of has competent fucking AI. I tried to get them to destroy their own towers and, you know, all the things that they put up. But here's the thing I found out. So here you're gonna see me standing behind this tower. So, and the guy's gonna be throwing the rock grenades or whatever at me. So he destroys the walkway that connects the towers, he destroys the supports of the towers, but he never actually can take down the tower. So they cannot friendly fire, like completely demolish their own buildings. The DUP is what I've sort of found out. So that's not gonna work either. And then I completely lose aggro again, and I managed to like get behind one guy on the roof and subdue him, but that doesn't really help me much. And then my dumbass finally decides to open the power menu, and I actually have an option to upgrade my powers, and I have the option to buy this power that if I headshot someone, they instantly start coughing like they were smoking on some sour diesel. And then I can just subdue them. So this pretty much just saved my ass right now. So I buy it, and I'm still like super careful with my shots. Like this game's crosshair is actually kind of broken. Like you have to actually aim higher than where you're actually planning to shoot. Like it's just broken like that. Or I guess if you're, at least if you're really close. And I was really scared that like I'm gonna just accidentally hit someone too many times and not get them coughing and then like accidentally kill them and then have to restart. But I managed to like subdue enough people, and then at one point there was just one guy left and like two guys were just stuck somewhere pretty far away. So I was able to destroy the command center. And then this big dude comes in and some of his lackeys. So just to make things easier, I subdued like two of the normal guys. Also, it seems to me that the subdue animation has iframes, so that's cool. And then this guy, basically, you can only subdue or execute, I think. I don't think I've ever gotten any other option. You just gotta wear him down. I just threw some normal shots at him, and then he goes into his like little incubation chamber, and from there we can just subdue him, and then it's over. And then even though we subdued this guy, we clearly subdued this guy, the cutscene where Delsin tries to take his power, it still shows him as just like dead lying on the floor, so I'm offended. So yeah, just to note, I will be picking up drones, you know, as I go through the game and pick up the shards or from the destroying the command centers and stuff like that. And I'll basically only be upgrading like, you know, the movement abilities and the subdue abilities, because that's all I can use anyway. So after this, Reggie's gonna give us 3 more core relays to suck on. And the first one we're gonna go over here to. I was actually kind of scared that, you know, these guys were gonna die passively by the explosion of the core, and there's an ammo crate next to them. So I thought, you know, if I cause this explosion and they die, well, the run is over, god damn it. But they actually survived, so that's cool. And I get the comet drop. And you know, after the little cutscene, the camera pans down and spawns some enemies for me to, you know, just do it. But I just don't. And I just keep going. But I do then, you know, do the comet drop on a safe area, so just so that the button prompt will go away. At this next core relay, I almost have a goddamn heart attack. But then I actually find out that when you subdue someone, they become invincible. So yeah, that's gonna be really useful. Actually, really useful. And with this core relay, we're gonna get the rocket power. And yeah, it's gonna spawn an APC for us to blow up. But we'll just dash right back into that fucking vent and go away. And now this next ability, I'm sure everyone who's ever played this game knows is the best one on this kind of run. So this is a bomb that does little to no damage, and anyone caught in its radius will start coughing and can instantly be subdued. If the headshot was sour diesel, this is just straight up Joe Biden's Dark Evil pack.
Nuclear levels of sour, lung slaughtering, necromancer kush.
Anyways, then we're gonna do a little time skip till morning, and then we gotta climb the Space Needle. So we just get right to climbing. You know, there really isn't any difficulty when it comes to that on this kind of run. So then I get to the top and I kind of think that I have to fight these guys, but I really don't, so I just dash up. And at the top of the Space Needle, we actually encountered this enemy for the first time. They're called the Bishop. And basically they have like more rock powers than usual. And they're always going to have this sort of rock barrier around them. And we're going to have to hit that down before we can smoke them out and subdue them. So it's slightly more difficult. We have to be careful that, you know, by shooting him, we don't accidentally hit someone else. But once that shield is down, he's just like everyone else. So no problem. And then we're gonna get another OP move for this run, which is gonna be the Karma Bomb, or the ultimate ability, you could also call it. And what's good about this is that if you do a good Karma playthrough, the ultimate only subdues and doesn't hurt any civilian or anything like that. So I can pop it and no one in the area will actually die. Vehicles will still blow up, so I can't do it next to an APC or, you know, just in any open area, because I don't want to blow up a civilian car either. And yeah, and after that, you know, we have to pick which design to put on the Space Needle. I don't know, it just seemed to me that the donkey was just like the most peaceful or whatever, so I chose that. So then we get a good Karma upgrade, I upgrade some of my powers, and then we're forced to take out another command center. And with the powers that I have now, this is actually super easy. I just have to be careful that when I'm destroying a jammer, no one is near it, and, you know, make sure that I don't blow up any of the ammo crates, because that could kill somebody. So I just go around picking people off one by one, you know, smoking them out, then subduing them. And then I realized that, you know, it's in a closed off street, so I just ult. And it really doesn't kill anyone, you know. I went and checked. If someone really wants it, I can release all like 6 hours of footage that I got, just to, you know, see that I haven't killed anyone. But yeah, like no one dies when you ult. There was a guy like laying below a dumpster and he still wasn't dead, so it would have crushed him otherwise, but since he's subdued, he's just turned invincible, so don't worry about it. And we get the command center. And then we're off to find Fetch and of course get our neon power. So first we come here and, you know, we can kill some cops for bad karma, but we obviously won't do that. We gotta take pictures of dead people and send it to Reggie, you know, for research. Then we go to another area, rinse and repeat the same, you know, subdue tactic. More pictures of dead people. Then she shoots us and we chase after her, but we can't catch her, all that. And we go back to her place, I mean, at least her sniper's nest. And then we also take inappropriate pictures of her underwear for Reggie, because that's even more important. Then we of course track down where she is, and then we get another piece of good advice from Delson. Inappropriate contact with women gets you even more superpowers. And then we do another chase, but then this time we can actually catch her. Then we do another underwhelming boss fight, and then we have a drug PSA, and now we got neon power. And, you know, we tell Reggie that, you know, she's just killing drug dealers and not like a bunch of innocent people.
Murdering drug dealers. What do you think I'm doing to the DUP?
Whoa, what are you talking about, game? I mean, I might have subdued a bunch of DUP soldiers, and I might have vandalized a lot of DUP property, and I might have been next to a freak accident in the tunnel.
But I didn't kill anybody.
So again, we of course choose the good option. And what actually kind of sucks now is that we lose the smoke power until we complete this mission. But luckily, the first ability that we get is that we are able to instantly subdue people with a shot to the leg. But still, this isn't as safe as the smoke bomb, so I won't be using the neon power at all during this run. But so yeah, I tap one guy in the leg, and then, you know, I realized that I don't even have to do it, so I just run off. And then on this next part, I actually wanted to do some testing to see if Fetch could actually kill all the enemies. And she actually does kill all the enemies, not intervening in violence. It's just the true pacifistic way. And then I get the grenade power, and it's actually kind of funny that she subdues them as I throw the grenade, so I was actually helping her subdue, so that was slightly more pacifistic. Then we go to our next part, and it's the phosphor laser beam, whatever, missile type deal. They spawn an APC, I don't blow it up, obviously, I just run away. And then I also get the ulti, and maybe I was forced to use it, maybe not, I'm not even sure. But I used it, and everyone was subdued, so thank God, you know, despite them getting debris dropped on them. But hey, good thing they turned invincible. Alright, so with that mission over, we can now finally suck up some smoke again. So this next mission, I am terribly sorry, but for some reason my dumbass didn't hit record. So until like basically at the end of the important bit of the mission. But this part that I didn't record, you don't even have to subdue anyone. Basically, I only subdued like 1 or 2 people that were just constantly shooting me when I was inspecting the drugs. But there's never any requirement at that part to ever defeat anyone. All you have to do is just find which houses have the drugs and mark them. And if they have prostitutes in them, then you have to free them as well. Then you go back to the warehouse part of the dock, and then you do actually have to subdue them all, so we just give them the smoke. Then we have a trailing mission, the most pacifistic and the most boring part of any video game. And then in this alleyway, since now I actually had Fetch as an AI companion and she could actually shoot alongside me, I was curious to find out if she could shoot all of the guys down. And yeah, it takes a long fucking while, but she actually does. And thus concludes another mission without taking a life. I might have witnessed the massacre by Fetch, but hey, I didn't kill nobody. So then the mission is over, we skip until morning. Then we have to cross the bridge into the Lantern District. And this mission is pretty cut and dry, pretty much just, go through the bridge. You don't have to kill anyone. We can destroy some auto turrets, but we can just skip everybody. And then we get to this boss fight, where we see Augustine, and she throws this guy at us. I've watched a lot of playthroughs, I've watched a lot of speedruns of this game, and I'm pretty sure that we just have to kill this guy. We have to kill this guy 100%. There is no way to subdue him. And yeah, this is what we're gonna have to do to call the run, I'm afraid. So we kill this guy. Can you go through InFamous Second Son without killing anyone? No. But how many people do we have to kill? So then there's a little cutscene, and then we get like actually Deus Ex Machina, like we get saved by an actual machine angel, kind of, I guess. I don't know. And then we're forced to take on another command center. And I was actually kind of nervous with this one because it had a bunch of those explosive ammo boxes. And even if I throw my non-lethal smoke bomb next to them, they can still explode. So I'd cause an explosion, and if someone would die, I would fail, yada yada. So I just kept like luring them out one by one and just subduing them like outside of the dangerous area. And one time I like went back into the middle and the ammo boxes were just destroyed, so they can like, accidentally destroy them with their rock powers. So yeah, it wasn't actually that hard. Okay, and now we have this actual mission with this mysterious caller who totally isn't the next conduit. And basically he sends us on this like red herring of a chase, and we go to one bus and we just subdue the people there, and then we go to the next bus and we subdue the people there as well. But then these guys show up, and these guys, they're kind of hard to subdue. I think I've gotten the option to subdue them before, but it happens really rarely. Usually they just die, but luckily I can just run away and not even have to kill them. So, and then on this next part there was a bunch of angels there, so I wanted to see if the angels could kill the big guys, because here I actually had to take them out in order for it to let me search the bus. And they do it. The angels can actually kill them. So yes, we again go through this mission. I thought I was gonna have to kill these big guys, but no, I don't. Then we have this mission, which maybe some people might have a problem with my argument here, but whatever. So the mission starts with just like a trailing part. We have to follow Reggie first on foot, and then, mid-flight, because he gets captured by the angels. And then at the town center, or whatever, the Times Square-esque part of Seattle, there's a bunch of video screens, and the angels are coming out of the screens, and basically I have to fight the angels. I'm just gonna argue that the angels are not an enemy which I can kill, because they are just simply projections, Eugene's projections, right? They're not an actual entity that we kill. We don't kill anyone, right? We don't actually kill a living being, so I'm not gonna count it. But if you want me to tell you, I have my notebook right here. I think I took count of how many angels you have to kill in this mission. So 22. And that counts the boss fight. Eugene's boss fight, that's counted. Because he has like the protection, angels for protection. So 22 angels. If you really wanted to know. But I'm not counting them, so yeah, fuck you. Also, I actually wanted to attract DUP attention to see if they would fight the angels, and they did, but like the angels just like instantly fucking murk them. Like, I don't know, but for like the scripting for this mission, the angels are just like insanely OP against the DUP. Just for this part though. I don't know why. And then we have to, you know, actually fight Eugene. And I mean, that kind of sucks because, you know, I feel bad for the guy. He got bullied a lot. He's kind of shy. And, oh, wait, is this guy sweating on League of Legends? Oh yeah, fuck this guy. And then we of course have the Eugene boss fight, but he doesn't die, so that's great. And then we get the greatest piece of advice from Delson ever. You see, you can inappropriately touch a convict and get a superpower. You can inappropriately touch a drug-addicted woman and get a superpower. But touching an incel, that's where the true power lies. You know, but actually, after the boss fight is over, Delson tries out his new video powers and he finds out that he lost all his powers. He lost the ability to hurt anyone, which means that we win the pacifist run. Oh, actually, we did have to kill one guy. But still, it's over. He lost his powers. We win. Okay, well, that was a shitty joke. But anyways, this next power that we get, the Shroud of Invisibility, basically allows us to instantly subdue one person or even two if you upgrade it without causing any sort of side effects. So, you know, the smoke bomb, you could, you know, accidentally blow something up next to it. But this is just instant subdue as long as you're right next to them and as long as they don't have a shield on them. After getting this power, this run becomes a cakewalk. And then we get over to this core where we get the wings and we just help this guy and... Dude, are you So after restarting that mission and going back, we get the wings, finally. Okay. And then we get to the roof where you get the blade missiles. And it says there specifically defeat helicopters. But you don't have to. You can just go away. So, thank God. And then we go and get the basic shot, which, you know, is easy. And then we get the ulti. And I popped the ulti again thinking, well, they can't die. But there was actually APCs there. And that kind of fucked me over. But I went back and tried it on a different save. And yeah, you can actually just run away. And that makes me think that you probably can just also run away on the Neon ulti when you have to, when you get it. But I don't know, I just kind of stopped giving a shit at this point. Because, like, you know, it's not that like the game actually keeps... or displays any sort of statistics as to how many people I've actually killed. I'm just trying to find out if you can go through the game without killing people, or how many people you have to actually kill. So yeah, just remember, if you want to do this yourself, you can skip the Neon, and I mean probably the Neon, and the video ult test. And then for Eugene's good mission, we just go to this parking garage, and the occurrence are actually like, there's a lot of occurrence there. And they can take you down pretty quickly, actually, if they, you know, if you get stuck somewhere or they get a shot on you. So I just destroyed the doors as fast as I could so the game would progress me to the container surfing part. And then you have this whole container chasing part, and you don't have to kill anyone or destroy any helicopters while doing that. You just have to get on top of the container and shoot it down, and then Eugene, you know, will safely, like, put it down. And then you end up in the park, and I sort of subdued a few guys until the big two guys that, you know, I was forced to, like, kill one on the bridge. They spawn, and I thought I was gonna have to kill the two of them again because all of the angels died. But then as soon as I just started firing on one of them, the angels and Eugene spawn in, and then they actually just clean him out completely if you just let him for like 3 minutes. So yeah, we can actually avoid killing the two guys that we were forced to kill beforehand. Thanks, Eugene. Sorry about making a joke about you being an incel and shit like that. Okay, I'm sorry. And I don't know why I made a joke about you playing League of Legends. I play that shit as well. And then this next mission is nothing special, really. We just have to send more pictures of dead people to Reggie. I don't know why he just wants those. I really don't know why. I really don't know. Then two guys come and we have to subdue them so we can listen to the helmet. And then more guys come and I tried to leave, but the game didn't let me. But it's just a smaller dude, so we can just subdue them. Oh, what? Hank's alive and he's been causing this smoke rampage? What? Who would have guessed? And then we chase him and then he hits us and the mission's over. Okay, yeah, dude. So before we can continue on the next mission, we have another command unit that we have to take out. And it's one of those island thingy ones and not the RV one. And this time they got helicopters, so yeah, a little bit more difficult. So I just started subduing the people that I could subdue, and then I realized that whenever I go invisible, I spawn a wingman that helps me, and I kind of realized that he could potentially destroy the helicopters, and that would count as me destroying them. So in the middle there, I was terrified to the core that I was gonna accidentally kill someone here. And then I switched to smoke, smoked them out. Also, here's when I should probably point something out. You see how I just dash past those explosive crates and then the helicopter destroys them, yet the game puts up on display as if I've destroyed the ammo crate and the camera that was next to it. You see, whenever something is actually like killed or destroyed except civilians next to me, it just sort of counts as if I did it. That's why so far in this video I haven't been showing you the end screen of the missions as proof, because it's just not valid. Like anything that's destroyed next to me, even if not by Delson, the game just puts it up there and says that like, oh, I did it. So it's not valid because, you know, in any instance you could just see someone gray instead of blue on this screen and it wouldn't work. And then I switched back to video when only the helicopters were left, and I led them up a building, and then I went invisible, and then I realized, oh my god, I hope my angel doesn't destroy the helicopter right now, and it didn't. I jumped out and I was able to destroy the core then. Also, if you've really made it this far into the video, like I think it's almost over at this point, I just gotta say thank you very much for watching this video, for sticking through this video. I'm guessing you're just really a fan of this game and you wanted to see this, or maybe you're just a friend of mine. Either or, I just really appreciate that, you know, you actually stay here and watch the whole video. It means a lot. It is kind of a more low effort one, you know, I just played through this in one sitting, and all of this voiceover work is just completely like improvised. I don't have any sort of script or anything. I just rewatched the footage and then basically explain what happened, but I do have some key points that I think I should mention. So then we have this mission where, you know, we go with Hank to the island, and surprisingly, when you fight the DUP with Hank, he's actually like the shittiest AI companion I've had so far. Like Eugene was easily the most OP, Fetch was okay, but Hank is just damn. You know, surprisingly, ironically, Hank, the smoke conduit, throws the least smoke, if you know what I mean. Anyways, this is all easy. There's one of those big guys, but you can obviously just subdue him. Subduction all around. And then, you know, you have this section where Augustine, you know, Hank betrays you, and then Augustine binds your hands together, again forbidding you from using any powers to hurt anyone. Oh no! And then Reggie saves you, and then you don't save Reggie, and this is kind of where some problems start to pop up. So first we have this little section with battling Augustine, and then she retreats, and then the lackeys come in. Now the problem here is that I now cannot subdue these guys in this scene, in this battle or whatever. That's because the game only wants me to gather the karma meter when I'm fighting Augustine. It wouldn't let me get the ulti here right now, right, to take these guys out. So it doesn't let me subdue, even if they're coughing or whatever. So I took another look at the upgrade menu and I saw that I now have the knockout headshots available. So basically, That's when, instead of, if you get a headshot, they start coughing, like, that helped me in the first ever command unit. Now, if I just hit them in the head, they instantly get subdued. And so I don't have to actually press the triangle, which the game is not letting me press right now. So I go back into the open world. I level up. I think I actually had to level up the Paragon, and I had to get enough shards to upgrade to the knockout headshots. I do that. I get back to this point in the mission, and yeah, it still registered them as being subdued. They still have like the little smoke aura around them when they fall on the ground. So there you go. We can subdue these guys. And then these two super rooks come in, and there is no way to subdue them. There is no way to make them cough. Headshots don't do the thing on them. So with a heavy heart, I'm gonna have to add another 2 super rooks to the count. So now we have one Concrete King, which is what people are calling that boss, and these 2 are the super rooks. So 3 people so far. And then Augustine pops back in and brings some lackeys with her. And funny, actually, we can now make them cough again and subdue them, even though now it just doesn't give us any karma meter. But we can still subdue them. Why didn't you just let me do that beforehand? But anyway, we subdue these guys, and then we take out Augustine until we have enough to pop our ult. And now here's another problem, or something that people might just not agree with. But you could sort of argue that since I hit the ulti just now, and then the tower and then the island completely falls apart, you could argue that then I technically still killed all the people I just now subdued. But I went to look at the wiki, the fan-made wiki of InFamous, and it actually says there that it's actually Augustine that takes the island down. But, I kind of see how that's just not exactly believable. But from one point, if you think about it, Delson wasn't tough enough to take the island down the first time. And it would kind of make sense that, she just want to, take down the island. I mean, she's got a concrete power. She can do it pretty easily. And in the news report, it said that, the only survivor seen was Augustine. So when an island goes down and you see one person just casually moseying out, and the person has a concrete power, it could be assumed that she just wanted to take the island down to take everyone, Delsin and Eugene and Fetch and everyone just down with the island, and then she just wanted to fuck off. So I'm gonna argue that Augustine takes down the island. Some people might completely hate me for this or disagree, but I just don't give a shit. I don't feel like counting all those people, and I already had those 2 guys on my conscience. So yeah, Augustine takes the island down, and that's the end of it for me. So then we managed to get back to shore, and obviously the DUP then screws over Hank, which lets us sort of slowly track him down using the same phone search method that we did before for Eugene and shit. But there comes a point where it says to investigate this roof, but there's actually nothing on that roof to investigate, and this prompt does not go away. I've tried a lot of things. By the way, on this section, when you have to investigate the roof, you can fly all over the map. I went all over the map. There is no area limitation. It doesn't mission fail you if you go too far away. So maybe there's some cheeky option to despawn the helicopter. But basically, until that helicopter doesn't go away, this investigate the roof prompt will be there. And until then, Hank won't spawn on that pier and you won't be able to go into the thing. So unless someone finds some cheeky way to despawn this helicopter, or I don't know how, you have to destroy this helicopter and the pilot inside it, of course. You can kind of see how I did it with the wingman, but I'm gonna still count that as killing me, because if I didn't count myself as killing the angels because it's Eugene's power, then this is still my kill because the angel is just my power. So yeah, another helicopter pilot to add to that list. So then we finally get to Hank, and I mean, most of these karma choices so far have been pretty cut and dry, but this one cannot be any more obvious. So yeah, we're gonna spare Hank, and then we're gonna go to the final mission, in which point when you're ascending the tower, you don't have to kill anyone. You can just climb the tower. And then there's this guy, okay? He's the big guy, he's the annoying guy, and he has the explosive boxes all around him, and the game just really wants you to kill him. The game just really wants you to fucking kill that motherfucker, but we don't do it. So, yeah. And then just hang out at the top while Fetch lasers away the armored roof, and then you just drop in. The whole conspiracy with Augustine, oh wow. And then a really shitty boss fight, I'm not gonna lie. And of course we chose the good ending anyway, because we can't pick the bad one. And we expose her, all that. And we go back home and we have achieved our main goal, which is to save our tribe. And the reason why I didn't add Reggie's reputation to the kill count is because we now restore it. So yeah, I think that's it. 1 Concrete King, 2 Super Rooks, and a helicopter pilot. Maybe somehow you could get this number even lower by somehow, making that helicopter despawn, or maybe if you can make it crash. I also realized that, when I upgraded the summon wingman thing, if you really want to, for some reason, do this yourself, don't do that, because I'm pretty sure that at some point, the angel maybe did kill someone. But I was just trying to see how many people you are basically forced to kill, right? I was just trying to subdue everyone else. And I think that number is pretty much final. So 4 people. You have to kill 4 people. Do I recommend this challenge? Not really. It's not fun or anything. The most fun part was the first encounter ever, which was the thugs in the tunnel. But yeah. So yeah, what an amazing person you are for sticking through this shit. I really do appreciate your time. There's other InFamous videos on my channel, but also videos that aren't about InFamous. So yeah, if you want me to make more InFamous stuff, let me know. If you want me, I don't know, if you want me to go fuck myself, let me know that as well. I don't know. Just interact with the video and shit so it gets traction or whatever. Alright, so run's over, and on that note,